Hello, friends. Today we are going to have a unique topic. Uh, uh, we have seen how to do kettlebell swing, but we have not seen what are the common mistakes which can be avoided in order to get your swings correct. So it's basically common mistakes while doing swings. So first, let's understand what the kettlebell swing is all about. In a very simple language, kettlebell swing basically targets posterior chain, strengthening posterior chain. So when I talk about posterior, I'm talking about back. So I'm talking about calves, I'm talking about hamstring, I'm talking about glutes, lower back, upper back. So the posterior part. Anterior part is your shin, your quadriceps, your hip flexors, and the part which is in the front. So when you're talking about kettlebell swings, so it's basically a compound movement and targets the lower body primarily. The involvement of upper body is say 10% or probably 20%, depending upon what size of weight you're lifting. But when we talk about kettlebells, the first thing comes in the picture in the mind is kettlebell swing, because kettlebell swing is popular everywhere. And there are two styles on a broader scale if you think about kettlebell swing. So the styles basically the lifting style, hard and soft. Okay, so when we talk about kettlebells, as we know, it is about the repetitions mostly because it is related to the sport. But when we talk about kettlebells, also it is related to the hard style. But the kettlebell in that case becomes very heavy, like 40 kg, 30 kg, 50 kg. But the repetition decreases. So when we talk about hard, we are talking about strength. When we are talking about soft, we are talking about endurance. But what we are teaching here is we are teaching soft. So we are teaching kettlebells which is soft. So when we talk about soft style, we are talking about hitting the posterior chain. When we are talking about kettlebells, we are talking about hitting the lower body more. So idea is to ensure that whatever repetitions you are doing, to get it to the precise level. Now this is a very important topic. If you are a fitness professional, or if you are a wellness coach, or even if you are a fitness enthusiast, to understand that the less mistakes you make is the more progress you make. Always remember. So we need to understand that where we can save the energy, where we can stop making the mistakes. Now these mistakes are primarily with the novice lifter. These mistakes are primarily done for the people who are doing kettlebell lifting for the first time. Also, it can be related to the people who are doing kettlebells for a longer period of time, but they are doing wrong thing for a longer period of time, and then body has adapted. Now, when body is adapted for a particular exercise which is done for over a period of say month, 2 month, 3 month, maybe 6 months, still you can continue to do that mistakes, and then you realize that okay, this was a mistake which I need to be corrected, and it takes a little longer time for that particular person to get back into that correct position. But it is possible if you have a good coach. So I am going to write down, there are many points, but I will just highlight key points. So when you talk about key points, I am highlighting only 4 major key points. So the first is rounding the back. So we see while doing, I am going to show you the demonstration, but first we are going to write down the pointers. So rounding the back is when you are doing kettlebells, your back gets rounded. Okay, so when you take the kettlebell back, the back rounds. When you come up again, the back rounds. So how to avoid that? And these are the mistakes. So I will showcase that how the back, what is called back rounding, and I'll also showcase how it has to be corrected. So the first is rounding the back. Second is dipping kettlebell below knee. So many time you swing the bell below the knee. It has to be above the knee, but you swing the bell below the knee. So when you are swinging the kettlebell below the knee, again there is a problem. So because you engage more of your lower body, and if your target is to complete say 50 repetitions, you would say do only 25 repetitions. The technique is wrong. How it can be corrected, we will check that also. Now these are the problem areas. Okay. The third part is holding the kettlebell. Holding the kettlebell itself, many times we hold the kettlebell incorrectly. We are holding it full, or we are holding it in hook. That also matters a lot. So holding the kettlebell. So how we have to correct the kettlebell, that is holding the kettlebell is also an important topic. So if you hold it efficiently, then your efficiency increases. As simple as that. So holding the kettlebell is important. Next, fourth point is okay. So that's called two big stance. Two big stance is you are doing swing, but you're standing. You're keeping your legs wide. So if you're keeping your legs wide, again the effectiveness drops because you're involving more of adductors rather than your posterior chain, that is hamstring, or maybe up to certain point quadriceps if you are using bigger stance. Now why bigger stance happen is because many people have the apprehension that they will bang the kettlebell on the knees, and again it will cause an injury. So on a broader scale, not on a very narrower, but on a broader scale, these 4 pointers are there. There are small mistakes while doing kettlebell swing, how we can improve, but I think these 4 points will cover majority of the thing. I think mostly 70% of the things can be covered rather than to get onto the very minute detail. So in my next video, I'm going to explore all these topics, and once you are corrected these topics, I would want you specifically to drop the video on the private FB group, how you have corrected it. Probably you can write few pointers that what mistakes was there earlier, and after correction what improvement has been done. Okay, so we can get on to the second video and we can learn how to correct this. Thank you.